Hello callers, and welcome again to another interesting episode of Viva Barca, where we are going to be discussing on some three interesting stories, starting with the issue of the wage cut that Barcelona have been facing some problems with some players who are still to abide to a wage cut for Barcelona, as recent developments have just emerged, reporting that Barcelona's wage restructuring program gets underway as a meeting is set to take place this week, maybe end of this week, to negotiate the reductions. Of course, we know some of the veterans, Busquets, Roberto, some of them are still to agree to a wage cut, and Laporta is set to hold a meeting with them. That is a great news, guys, especially if they come to a compromise and they accept to that wage cut. So we're going to be discussing much more on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, we are going to be discussing about Sergino Dest after recently reporting about how Bayern are interested in one of Barcelona's right backs. Of course, Sergino Dest is one of our right backs. Bayern Munich, as well as some other clubs, have been interested in Sergino Dest over the past couple of days now. And with the good news about this report is, according to ever-reliable journalist Fabrizio Romano, he said that there's nothing we the fans should be worried about because Sergino Dest he has a firm decision that he's not leaving Barcelona for whatever reason. He knows his future lies at Barca. So we're going to be discussing on that. Then to conclude, we are going to be discussing on something concerning our B team, some transfer stuffs there as well. As it has been reported that Barcelona are in talks with Portuguese club Famalicão over the transfer of our B team striker Rey Menage. Of course, Rey Menage is an Albanian striker, even though he has not had that form that the last striker for Barcelona B had when he was transferred last year. And Barcelona, with the ongoing financial crisis they have, they're trying to get some funds from Rey Menage transfer to Portuguese club Famalicão. So we are going to be discussing in much details as we progress. So callers, as we ready ourselves to dive into those interesting stories, endeavor to click on that subscribe button if you haven't done so, if you're just new to this channel, and also ensure you watch the video right up to the very end so you get all the details of these stories you won't want to miss.
Barca, Barca, Barca.
For Joan Laporta, a pivotal summer at the club has been largely successful so far. With new arrivals, a number of players shifted out and a new contract for Lionel Messi agreed. Now begins a crucial phase in the Barcelona president's plan of action, agreeing reduced salaries for first key team players. Thus far, Matteo Alemany has made initial contact with the agents of Gerard Piqué, Sergio Busquets, Sergio Roberto and Jordi Alba to express the need to reduce their salaries. However, negotiations have not yet taken place as Laporta waited until Messi had agreed to take a 50% pay cut in his new contract before proceeding to ask the other players to follow suit in taking a wage reduction as well. Although it has been suggested that the Piqué, Busquets, Sergio Roberto, Jordi Alba will be asked to take a 40% pay cut, the actual percentage has not yet been specified. This week, the negotiations with the players' agents will take place, although the club are under no illusions of the difficulty of the task, given that the players are not in favor of taking wage reduction. Now, moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona have been scuttling about in a hectic transfer window to get their finances in order, reinforce their squad, and offload the players who do not have a future at the club. Amid plenty of activity, some of the players which the club does not want to sell have also attracted interest. Right back Sergino Dest is now the latest under speculation, as there are clubs interested in the American after an impressive debut season with Barcelona. However, there is no reason to worry about his future, as the ever-reliable Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Dest will not be leaving. Dest arrived at Barcelona from Ajax last season as an exciting prospect in the right back role that had been left with a void after Dani Alves' departure. Amid interest from clubs like Bayern Munich, who are now once again linked to the fullback, the Catalans managed to secure his signature. Although there are proposals from other clubs for Dest now, the 20-year-old is keen on staying at Barcelona and does not wish to go anywhere. He is keen on building off his first season and polishing off the rough edges to take his game to the next level. His market value has risen after his first campaign in the Blaugrana colours, but he seems to have the trust of Ronald Koeman. He is considered a key part of the coach's plan, something reported by journalist Tony Juanmati, who also says the player is not distracted by any speculation. Dest shows some extremely positive signs in his inaugural season in Spain, and there are certainly more exciting times to come. And moving on to the final story of this episode, as per reports from Marca, Barcelona are in talks with Famalicão over the transfer of the B team striker Rey Menage. The negotiations are said to be in a very advanced stage and the deal looks likely to go through. Barcelona signed the Albanian international from Albacete Balompié in January 2020 for around €2 million. The 24-year-old had a rough start to his career at the Catalan capital, but soon began showing signs of improvement. The signing came off the back of a domino of events that started with Francisco Trincajo's arrival. The Portuguese youngster's arrival saw the B team lose a home ground striker in Abel Ruiz. Manaj was seen as a direct replacement to the departing Spaniard as a number 9. So Barcelona's financial crisis has them looking for potential sources of revenue in all directions. The Albanian striker looks to be the next piece in the mission to mend the broken bridge. Despite negotiations with Famalicão being in advanced stages, the deal structure is yet to be ascertained. The possibilities are still wide open, however, with chances of both a loan deal and a sale still on the table. From the Catalans' perspective, the side prefers a permanent transfer as it would allow them to receive some money. The Portuguese end of the table, however, is seen to prefer a loan structure deal. What seems likely, however, is a loan deal with an option to buy. In his 22 appearances for the B team last season, the 24-year-old scored 14 goals and bagged 2 assists. Having played for clubs like Inter Milan, Cremonese and Granada, the youngster is no stranger to new challenges. A move looks likely to be sealed in the coming days, and the club is looking to accelerate negotiations. So callers, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video. If you haven't clicked on that subscribe button below if you're a Barcelona supporter, what are you waiting for? Endeavor to do so you always stay in touch with the latest Barcelona news, transfer rumors and more here on our channel Viva Barca. Until next time, Visca el Barça!